I grew up in a Christian home. My parents taught me about Jesus growing up. Very, very fortunate to have the faith background that I have with my family and the church. Fast forward to the last couple of years, really moving back from Chicago, coming back to Wisconsin was, I think, when my faith really took a new life for me. I think one of the biggest things for me was just finally having some good Christian friends and people that we could have fellowship with. And
I grew up in a Catholic setting. I was raised with Christ in my life. I believed in God, but I didn't really feel connected to Him.
I think I really had a self-serving mentality of God, where I would read my Bible in the morning so I could know like what God could do for me and how that could help my life and how it could make me better. But it wasn't about following Him. It wasn't anything about submission or obedience or living the life that God wants for me instead of the life that I want for me. So I would say that I feel like my life is just more rooted now and more foundational in the sense of knowing who I am and who I belong to.
So how has my life changed since I've come to know Christ? I mean, before it was kind of did anything I wanted. I feel like I always had cared for other people and stuff, but it was definitely, it was whatever I wanted. I didn't really look at it through, what would Jesus do? After I kind of recommitted my life to Christ, I've had a ton of positive impact in my life with how we raise our family. It's more, in the image of God and like some of the relationships that we've developed at church.
I would say, as far as being involved in the church, it kind of comes down to making time for the things that you want. I teach the kiddos every other week and I love doing it, but probably every other week I question if I should be doing it. But that said, I think God makes it clear every single time that is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I love doing it.
Yeah, in terms of getting involved more in church, I think that you make time for your priorities in life, kind of like what Jen said. What led me to Christ and really kind of had me be reignited with Him, I really do think that God put Jen in my life for that reason. I don't know where I would be today without having met her and growing with her together in our faith.
And I would say for me, as far as what drew me back to even just wanting the church and the community, is wanting that stability in my life. And as we came into being parents too, wanting to raise our kids in the church and that they might know God and that they can know something so much greater than the things that are of this world. And if you're looking for meaning and purpose in your life, seek God. In times when I've looked for purpose or I've looked for meaning or I've honestly just looked for God, I found Him, and maybe not exactly the way that I was looking for, even the timing on things that I was hoping for, but He's always been there. And I think that's been something that has just really stood out to me, knowing that God is always there, and just I'm having that humility and that attitude that God does know everything. He's always just given me the answers and just the peace, I guess, that I've needed to get through that particular moment or that time.